Good blessed Tuesday morning, February the 16th, 2021. It's about 10:15 a.m. I'm coming out here today to show y'all earlier today, I think about maybe 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. I was showing y'all on my security cameras how the snow was. I had shoveled the snow up and blew a little of the snow with my blower, and how it just had came back. But I want to show y'all what I came and did earlier. I had to change clothes because my hat, it sweated up, and my coat and some of my other clothes, so I had to go change up. But I want to show y'all something. And then at the same time, this is what they call Black History Month. I'm going to show y'all something what some of us blacks used to do, especially when I was coming up in Cabrini Green. Some still do it now. Some don't. But I want to show y'all what I did. And then at the same time, y'all see this? This is where my Crown Vic was at. I came out earlier and got all this here, moved my Crown Vic up some. This is where the Crown Vic was. These stairs, they was covered with snow. This area was covered with snow. I didn't even bother that. Put most of my snow over here. I didn't even bother too much on this particular side neither. But I was able to get this here and all the ice and stuff that was frozen on my vehicles. I didn't get too much of this, but I want to show y'all. Remember yesterday when the city was coming by, I had got this here, and you see how he didn't put the snow here because I had my cameras on it. And me and one of my neighbors down the street said that he cleared his own, but he said that the man should have did every driveway like that, but he wouldn't have did mine like that had I not had my camera on him. Because they familiar with me. I'm not a tough person, but I'm one that I will speak up. I want to go down here a little bit more, show y'all where some of my elders' neighbors live. I came out today before I got my own. I kind of cleared theirs right here, so when they back in or they get ready to come in and out, that's something that we used to do when I was coming up. That's something we used to do. But y'all look down the ways, with the exception of right here, my one neighbor right there, he cleared his own driveway. But the rest of the driveways, you see how they are? Mine would have been the same way had I not been standing out there with my camera, and it would have made me angry, but I wouldn't have sinned in my anger, like I said, especially after I came out here and shoveled all this here out before the city came. And then, it would have made you angry that he would have put all this here blocking your driveway right back up. But I just want to let y'all see something. I just wanted to let y'all see this here. I thank God for being 63 years old with a mind to be able to not only take care of my dad until his death, take care of his mother until her death, and then be able to take care of my two young daughters from birth that's going on 15 and 16 this year. I thank God that my mind is not out trying to carjack anybody. My mind is not out there to try to rob or steal or kill or cheat anybody out of the thing. And I thank God for allowing me to be in the good physical, mental, and spiritual health, to want to do these here things, and I pray to God that my two young daughters, like my oldest daughter, find a man that gonna respect them, a man that's gonna be a man. Every male is not a man. Every female is not a woman. It takes a male. It takes a man to be in a man's place. It takes a woman to be in a woman's place. And let me tell y'all something about Charleston, Missouri, y'all. A lot of people think I don't like Charleston, Missouri. My dad was born and raised here. All of his brother was born and raised here. I love Charleston, Missouri. It's just some of the people that's in Charleston, Missouri, black and white, that's misusing the poor community. You got individuals that's black, that's slumlords. You see what I'm saying? And ain't no question about it. You got whites that's slumlords. You got whites that think that they are more superior than blacks, and you got some blacks, because of their economical status, they think they're better than other blacks. But one thing about me, when I came down to Charleston, Missouri, when I stayed with my grandmother when she passed, and I end up living in the projects on the east side. And I seen a difference on the east side than I did on the west side. But don't get me wrong now. It's a lot of good people on the west side. Some people that comes on the west side, or some of the chaos be on the west side of Charleston, Missouri, don't always be some of the people that live on the west side. Some come from other places. But you know, one thing about it, y'all, what really disturbs me, I asked God to allow me to let my two daughters be alive and well, to see my two daughters get grown, because they some good girls. You see what I'm saying? I don't want them to be able to have to depend on anybody else. You see what I'm saying? Because this world it's a cruel world. You see what I'm saying? Some people see people being misused and have the power, or can make a phone call and stop it, but they won't. But I'm just going to say this here. All of you blacks up at 700 Elm Street or Cy Williams Avenue that's running that C.F. Bowen Center, y'all ain't running the C.F. Bowen Center like C.F. Bowen was when it was Lincoln School. Y'all not running it like when my grandmother and some of her friends and some of the elders that done passed away was running it. Y'all running to fill y'all pockets, to fill your friends' pockets, to fill your family pockets. The only thing that y'all do, y'all give out food. But me and my two daughters can do that. If the government give us grant money to do it, we don't need to get paid. We don't need to get no staff to pass out that food. I'm going to tell you, that's why when I greet people, I say, it doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor religious beliefs may be. It's because I have a Muslim friend that donates his time feeding the hungry in Chicago. I got a Christian friend in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, that donates his time feeding the hungry people. All of us grew up in Cabrini Green in the infamous housing projects, which was declared the most dangerous housing projects in the country. So, when these Black History programs, I used to sit in them, but it turns my stomach to see people quoting Harriet Tubman, but they do nothing that Harriet Tubman done. You see what I'm saying? Quote Martin Luther King Jr. May both of them rest in peace, but do nothing with Martin Luther King Jr. Now, a lot of them don't like Malcolm X. How many times did you see Malcolm X get violent? Malcolm X, I do the same thing when people come and threaten me and the police or the judges don't do nothing, and I tell them if they come on my property, I'm going to kill them, which I would if they threatened me. That's what Malcolm X was telling people. You didn't see him go get violent. I've been down there 25 years. I ain't harmed nobody. 3 individuals one time I whooped with a pipe, and the chief of police was black then, Chief Johnson. He said the only thing he wanted was my pipe because I had a right to whoop they behind when they was trying to attack me. You see what I'm saying? Some of they people didn't like it because they worked for the city. I don't care if they worked for the United States president. If they try to attack me, you see what I'm saying? But let me get off of that. Anybody know me? I'm a humble person. Anybody know me? I know I got issues just like everybody else. I done sinned just like everybody else. The Bible tell us, for those that go by the total Bible and not just selective parts of the Bible, it said all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. It said all of our righteousnesses are like filthy rags. Hello, somebody. But I didn't come out here to preach or to teach. One of my critics, I told y'all, they said, I'm preaching one day and I'm cussing the next day. He couldn't even spell cussing. He or she couldn't even spell cussing, but they want to talk about me. I ain't gonna even say it. I'm gonna say it. He probably flunked special ed here in Charleston, Missouri, Charleston R1 School District. If they stop all that racism, you see what I'm saying? Maybe these things will get better. If blacks get to start talking up against the racism in Charleston, Missouri. See, ain't too many of y'all. Let me try to get back on me. Ain't too many of y'all gonna look up and Google up that I told y'all that on one of my things on that I put on the internet to Google up Davis versus Charleston, Missouri Board of Education Consolidated School number 7 in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County. You see what I'm saying? They ain't gonna Google it up and they ain't gonna even read the story. You know why they ain't gonna read it? Because they knew, and they knew it then, it was racism, and it's racism now. Let me get out of the street before I get hit. All right, now, no, I know she won't hit me, but I got a lot of enemies here, black and white. I don't know if I got any Spanish and Mexican ones. Look at that, the birds even telling you. I know it, y'all got my back. Y'all got my back. But anyway, y'all, I just wanted to show y'all what I did here. If there's any elders in the town, y'all know that may need something shoveling, I'll get my shovel and go over there and do it for free. You see what I'm saying? If them you women that ain't strong enough and your man ain't gonna run me out of town, I don't mind coming over there doing it. You don't owe me nothing but respect. I'm gonna leave as I came with the peace and blessings of God. Peace be still.